Okay, now as I was saying, Yahshua said, and I quote, he would prefer you not having children for the wrong reasons. Like, I didn't succeed in life, so I want to try to live through my child instead of letting my child have their own damn life, make their own damn decisions. And the only reason I want an actual child is so I can make my child make me look good by whatever gifts God give them. Use their talent to make me look good. By every time somebody come over, sing or dance or act or whatever gift they got, and try to make me look like a good ass parent when I really ain't shit. Trying to use my child as a way to shine in my own life. Or you get child support money out your child even though you really don't love him. So he will just prefer that you give him back to him so that he can give them to a family that actually cares about them and not just want to use them for their shine or their money or whatever the fuck. Then he can just reincarnate them to a whole different family who's actually willing to take care of them and don't just want them for money or shine or whatever the fuck. Other thing, his words to me. Tell the goddamn church to stay out of women's business. If they don't want to have a baby for their own personal reasons, don't have it. Just because the church tell you that you gotta do some shit don't mean you gotta actually fucking do it. You're not gonna go to hell if you choose not to have a baby. It's your own personal decision, and he will prefer you not have it if you know damn well you cannot have it. And here's, like, literally, again, here's the three things that he will prefer you not doing if you know you cannot do it. If you were raped, he prefer you have an abortion. If it was incest, he will prefer you have an abortion. If it's a financial reason that you cannot take care of it, he will prefer you just get rid of it. Or if it's a medical reason that you can't push it through labor because your body's too weak from too much medication or too many surgeries or illness or whatever, and it might die or you may die, just don't do it. Don't do it. Just send it back to him. He'll send it to someone else that can actually take care of it. Don't risk your health over it. It's not that serious. When it's your time to have a baby, you'll have one, but don't be having no baby for the wrong reasons. He's not going to send you to hell. He's going to forgive you for it. The shit happens. But if you feel the need to send the child back, send it back. Don't bring it down here if you know how it feels to suffer as an adult and have a child going through that same shit, because there's a lot of people on this earth that'll bring a child into this world and fuck its life up because the parent chose to keep suffering and the child didn't have a goddamn choice in that matter. So if you're going to send it back, send it back. He's not going to send you to hell. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. Just send it back. And the church need to shut the hell up and stop telling people if they have an abortion are going to hell. No, they're not. That's God's say so, not yours. Shut the fuck up. And you popes that want to keep telling people celibacy is the best way to go, y'all the same motherfuckers that's molesting little ass boys, so shut the fuck up. For real. Y'all ain't no one to be telling anybody what to do with their goddamn body. You're nobody, so shut the fuck up. You're barely a goddamn teacher, so shut the fuck up. If these women want to have abortions, let them do it. It's their body. Let them choose what they choose to do with it. It's not your body. You ain't got shit to say about that. Shut the fuck up. And like I said again, the only reason that the church is saying now it wants to end abortions is because it's seeing that it's losing members and it's losing money. So it knows the only way to come up on that money again is to allow the homeless to come into the church, accept the LGBTQAI community because it's a big ass community, and tell women to stop having abortions because them babies can make the church a lot bigger. But if them women do not want to have abortions, they're not going to go to hell for that. The father would prefer that you have an abortion so that baby ain't struggling and it ain't suffering, and neither are you. And no, he's not going to punish you. No, he's not going to send you to hell. Ain't none of that shit going to happen. These are his words. As he said, he's tired of hearing women praying to him and asking him about this stuff. He said, and he quote, "You're not going to go to hell if you do that." He will much prefer you give it back if you know either A, you didn't want it, or B, you cannot take care of it for some reason, or maybe you feel like you may not make it through the birth process. Just give it back. Stop stressing yourself. Give it back. He's not going to be mad. He's not going to be angry. He's not going to send you to hell. He's not going to do none of that. The church is only telling you to have a baby because the church is losing members and it's losing money and it's desperate as hell. Just like with the temple. Before they were saying interracial marriage is a sin. All these religions saying having babies outside of wedlock is a sin. Now they're okay with it. Why? Because the church is losing members and the church is losing money. Words from Yahshua. I disagree with them. Trust me, I agree. If I didn't, I would not be making these goddamn videos. So, again, I'm telling you. He said, and I quote, "Stop asking me about it. I'm giving you your answer. If you want to have an abortion, have one. The church ain't got shit to say to you about your afterlife because the church ain't in the afterlife. The church is in the world. The church can't tell you where you're going based off that decision. Only I can. And through your boy, he's telling you, if you need to have an abortion because you feel like you cannot take care of the baby that you're carrying, have a goddamn abortion. Because again, he would prefer you do that than bring a baby into the world you know you cannot take care of. Or if something may happen in the process of you giving birth, like the child dying or you dying, he prefer it not be either way, so just give it back. Stop worrying about what the church tell you. Fuck them. They don't have to live with your consequences or your struggles, and the church know damn well it ain't gonna help you if shit go wrong, so what's the fucking point of worrying about it? And if y'all so-called church leaders were so fucking responsible, instead of telling women to have abortions or not, you just teach them how to carry out the birth situation should it happen. All this abortion shit, like, no. I'm just saying again, if you do want to keep it, that's your choice. But if you do want to get rid of it, that's also your choice. But in the Father God's words, he says, and I quote, "If you cannot take care of that baby, do not think that you cannot have an abortion. If you need to have one, just have one. Don't stress about it, just do it. Send that child back to me so that way I can send it to a family that can take care of it. Then when it's your time to have a baby, you can have one. Just not in the wrong circumstances or under the wrong pressure. Because the last thing I need is y'all thinking I'm going to punish you or send you to hell because you had an abortion. Just have one. If you cannot take care of that seed that you're bearing, just send it back. You don't have to stress about it. You ain't got to worry about it. Just send it back. I can always send you another one when it's the right time to do it. But a lot of y'all be having babies because you think it's the right thing to do, or it's popular, or because your parents want it, or because your grandparents want it, or because somebody want it and you see that they have it and you want one. It's never for the right reason. People only do things because they see other people doing it, not because they actually want it. So that's all I'm saying. A baby is a blessing from God, but some people treat it like a curse because they didn't want it. They don't know how to deal with it, so they abuse it and do all types of evil to it. It said they could have just sent it back and he could just put it in put that baby's spirit in a whole nother fucking body, send it to a whole nother family, and end that goddamn problem. Well, people be too busy trying to have babies because they see other people trying to have them and not having a baby because it's what they actually want. That's one thing that's wrong with society. People doing too much of what they see other people doing and not doing shit because they want to do it. Not because they want to do it, because they see other people doing it. That's the fucking problem. No one's doing shit because they feel it in their own heart to do it. They're only doing it because they see other people doing it. And you wonder why when babies come on this earth, they're not welcomed here in the right way. Or parents get jealous of, oh, my baby can do this. Oh, my baby's so wonderful. Oh, my baby this. And these other parents are feeling bad because their child can't do what this child, what this child, you know what I mean? There's parents that will get jealous that their child cannot do what somebody else's child can do. That's not why you're supposed to have a child. The point of having a child is to love it and care about it. Not be trying to compete against somebody else's damn child. That's not the point of why you have a damn baby. The point of having a baby is to love it and care about it and make sure it comes up the proper way. Because if all you're doing is having a baby just to compete with somebody else who has one, then there's no damn point in you having one, because all you're doing is wasting that baby's time and using it like some type of fucking trophy, which really it's not. A baby is a gift from God. Ain't no other trying to compete against nobody else's baby, bragging, oh, my baby can do this, my baby can do that. If you're not gonna have a baby for the proper fucking reasons, just don't have one. Because then your baby gonna lose a lot of its youth trying to do or outdo someone else's child, because that's the shit that you wanted to do, but because of the era you came from, you couldn't do it, and your parents telling you you were dumb and stupid and degrading your gift, so that shit got squandered and it got washed away. Now you're trying to live through your child to try to impress somebody else's parents or family that really ain't got shit to do with your life. So, yeah. But any fucking way, just saying it again, if you don't want to have a child, do not have one. Don't stress it. Don't worry about it. You're not going to get punished. You're not going to go to hell. That shit ain't going to happen. If the church tries to tell you that you need to have an abortion or you don't need to have one, make up your own mind. He said, and I quote, if you need to send it back, send it back. I'll give it to somebody else. When it's your time to have one, I'll send one to you. You're not going to go to hell. You're not going to get punished. None of that shit going to happen. And he said the main reason why he wanted me to make this video is because he's reading a lot of women's minds, and he's hearing a lot of y'all prayers that, oh my goodness, I wish I would not have aborted this baby, because now I feel like I gave up on it and I'm going to hell and I'm going to get punished and I'm going to judge harshly for getting rid of it and all that kind of shit. You won't. That's not how it works. It's not going to happen that way. You will not get harshly judged. You will not get harshly punished. You're not going to hell. You did the right thing. The church is trying to convince you to keep that baby so you can keep the church's membership growing. And then as that baby grows old, it'll stick to the church. The church don't give a shit about the baby. The church gives a shit about the membership. Fuck all that other stuff. They don't care nothing about that extra shit. They just want members and money. That's all they care about. Nothing more and nothing the fuck less. So like I said, Yahshua's words and God's words, not mine. If you want to have an abortion, have one. You're not going to get punished. You're not going to go to hell. Nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing. Like I said, if it's... And like I said, these are, again, the ways he said he is perfectly fine with you having one. An abortion, I mean. If you were raped, if it was incest, or if you carry a baby but you had a lot of painful surgeries, or you have a lot of physical illnesses or sicknesses that are stopping you from having one, then just send it back to him. He's not going to punish you. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Nothing is going to happen. He'll just send it to someone else that can deal with it. Then once it's your time to have a seed or a baby with the right person, because that's another reason a lot of y'all be having babies with the wrong damn people, and he be trying to stop that. Or sometimes in the wrong damn situations, and he'd be also trying to stop that as well. So I'm just letting you know, you are not going to get punished. You are not going to hell. None of that shit's going to happen. Stop listening to the goddamn church, because they don't know what the fuck they talking about. All the reason back in the day they said abortion was cool is because the goddamn church was filled up with people. Now they say end abortions because they see the church is losing members. So all I'm saying is, simply put, if you want to have one, have one. If you don't, you don't. But just remember, God is not going to punish you. His words, not mine. So, yeah.